My name is Trevor Dayton. I'm an Exum mountain guide, an American Avalanche Institute instructor, and a science teacher at the Jackson Hole Middle School. I was up on Teton Pass this morning before work, so I started hiking up Glory at 5:45 in the morning, and in the parking lot heard about 5 different middle schoolers, 8th grade and 7th grade students that were in the backcountry before school on a Wednesday morning. Somewhere close to 60% of high school seniors and about the same number, around 60% of 8th graders are going into the uncontrolled avalanche terrain, the backcountry or the side country every year. My job as an educator is to help students be like career and life ready. And career and life ready in Jackson Hole, Wyoming and in the Intermountain West is an understanding of avalanches. You can't drive to Jackson from anywhere else in the world without passing under avalanche paths.
When I started here 14 years ago, it became obvious right away that the students really got after it in the backcountry, but had very little information or education about how to do it safely with regards to avalanches. Avalanches affect us. There's a path that crosses the highway traditionally and has taken cars off the highway a few hundred yards from the front door of our school. We had a snow day last year, not because it snowed too much, but because there were avalanches covering every road in or out of town, and the buses couldn't run their routes. So whether or not you're a backcountry user, avalanches are a part of life if you grow up in Jackson. Every student that graduates from Jackson Hole High School gets the Level 1 curriculum, the classroom portion of it. And any kid who would like to for free can complete the field work for a certified Level 1 course through the American Avalanche Institute.
In my experience over the years, it's very unusual to see that perfect combination of this exploratory ed with a tangible skill you learn combined with meeting specific Wyoming state standards in the sciences that are learned in the classroom. And we're very fortunate here in Teton County to have some outstanding educators who work in our school system, but also have those skills in the outside world to teach kids about outdoor education, as a lot of these students live outside every day.
I don't know of another school district that has a program like what we have. The time and energy and financial investment that our school district and the Steve Romeo Memorial Fund have put into this has made it cutting edge. You know, every year we see probably 20, 30, sometimes even 40 kids walking out of this program with a Level 1 avalanche course. These programs to me are the legacy programs. This is where we have the potential to have the biggest impact, especially for that big field day when we've got 100 or 120 high school kids out there. We've got 10 AAI instructors, we've got a bunch of search and rescue volunteers, and we split them into small groups, and especially with the AAI staff, we spend time doing snow science. So we dig snow pits, we teach these kids quick tests that they can use if they're gonna go into the backcountry. And then they also get some time to play with transceivers and learn these rescue skills, because if they're going out of bounds with their parents or with their ski coaches, we really want them to be prepared, and we want them to know how to use those rescue skills and know that their partners have those rescue skills.
We're seniors this year. We got the privilege to come out here and learn a little bit about avalanches.
It's a pretty unique opportunity coming out here in the park. Not too many schools across the country actually get to do this.
There's a group of about 20 of us that are up at Snow King today, and then on Teton Pass and Togety Pass on snowshoes and snowboards and skis, furthering our education and training in terms of avalanches and avalanche safety.
I was on the search and it felt pretty nerve-wracking. I messed up a lot of times just because I was nervous, and I can't imagine how it would feel if it was a real person that got buried.
We're partway up the boot pack on Mount Glory with the high school students under the Level 1 avalanche course, and they are crushing it so far. Really kind of focusing on terrain right now and measuring slope angles, identifying aspects.
Cross-loading is something to be really careful of because you could be doing great powder turns over there and then you get closer to the ridge thinking, oh, I'm going somewhere that's like lower angle, safer, and you hit that hard slap.
Right now we're doing some pit tests to see the avalanche conditions.
So what we're seeing is multiple different layers of wind slabs with denser snow and then little layers of facets.
Checking out the layers of the snow to see what our hazards were and what things we should be concerned about. We had a full propagation on a layer, which is pretty insane.
We looked at the extended column test, had propagation at 22, about like 35 centimeters down. And then the other group actually had a different result, so we're going to end up probably going skiing a little bit more conservatively just because it's pretty dangerous with that propagation.
We live in a tremendously risky environment in the outdoors. When you combine that risk with the teenage brain, we want to make sure that we're providing every tool we can to students who are in the backcountry outside.
So our goal is to have the best possible avalanche education program for youth, and then to have that be a model for other mountain communities to use.
Hopefully these kids that are actually traveling in the backcountry are beginning to have more educated conversations with whoever they're in the backcountry with. We can reduce avalanche fatalities and avalanche accidents through that, and starting them young, I just think it's so important. I think that's the legacy piece.
This program has saved lives, and it's saved lives of kids in our community. Kids come back and say, you know, Mr. Dayton, I looked at the forecast and it was considerable hazard, but there'd been a lot of wind and we had 5 Alp Truth indicators, so we didn't go out of bounds this weekend. I hear that every Monday morning. Some better decision after this program.